La 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 la. In the chains where shadows falter, Zcash clings to optional veils. ZK flickers weak, adoption low, transparent pools prevail. Majority flows exposed, aerospace crack the code with ease. Timing attacks and patterns bleed, anonymity brought to knees. Delisting stack from OKX to Binance, regulators close the gate. Exchanges flag and scrutiny mounts your privacy second rate. Zcash more like failed cash, was so much better than you. COTI surges forward, garbled circuits seal the code. 80 plus per second fly, multi-party computation soul. Programmable shields for DeFi, identities, learnings encrypted mind. Selective disclosure audits, true compliance without the fight. No erosion from your pools, no hidden strings to unwind. Modular strength defies the leaks, where Zcash falls behind. Zcash more like failed cash, we're so much better than you. 3 to 12 transactions crawl per second, bottlenecked and confined. Limited to transfers, plain no contracts, no logic intertwined. Overhead low, resources spent, scalable for where increased demand. Why you limp with trusted setups, old we build on each chain. Your surges come in narratives, reunite, but facts expose the rift. Zcash Wilson regulatory storms while we uplift and shift. This ain't a relic's fading glow. COTI's mainnet pulses live. September 2025, ignited privacy's force arise. Zcash more like failed cash, we're so much better than you. Zcash more like failed cash, no logic intertwined. Zcash more like failed cash, transfer value only, no use case. Zcash more like failed cash, anonymity is illegal, say bye bye. COTI's mainnet pulses live, September 2025, ignited privacy's force arise.
Compliant Privacy is live by COTI. It's November 2025, Season 2, Episode 39, and I am live with the Viking. Soeren, what's up, man?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm feeling better than I was 30 minutes ago, so let's go.
Excellent.
Let's do this.
Yeah, no, it's been a good week, and let's get to it. We got loads of things to go through today, so we're going to talk the weekly update as always. And then we're going to talk a little bit about how to do private transactions, a little show and tell. And then we're going to talk programmable privacy, compliant privacy.
But first, you saw the CEO and the doctor going at it on Twitter today. I'm sure you were talking about that a little bit.
Always fun when the boss goes on the tweet storm, isn't it?
I feel like November's here and the gloves are off and it's like we're done playing nice. We're gonna show you what we can do now.
And why not?
Because let's face it. Yeah, because let's face it, you know, like we don't talk about price much, but we're not where we want to be, right? Nobody's happy. This is not where we thought we'd be. This isn't where we want to be. So, you know, the people bringing it up online going, how are you guys happy with this? We're not. Nobody is, right? And so I feel like it's November 1st. We're not where we're at. Boss is like, gloves are off. What we're doing isn't working. Let's go for it. And they want the community to get involved, right? That's what COTI Earn's all about, right? So you look at the other, you know, tribal coins over the years that got crazy mania behind them. Lots of them had no use case, really. Maybe a white paper, maybe a couple things, maybe a fake partnership with Google or Microsoft. But it was the community that built those walls, right? Yeah. So time to step up, guys. It's up to us, right? To support what they're doing. Because what Joshua and Shahaf and everybody else is doing, it's up to us to share it with retail, right?
Absolutely. We got the best community and we got a gazillion use cases. So there's no excuse.
We've talked about this a lot, but, you know, Shahaf and Joshua, they're not focused on retail. they're going for the big boys, right? The big players, right?
Yeah.
This is where marketing and the community COTI Army needs to step up and start amplifying everything that's being done. You know, on the multi-tiered program that you talk so much about, right?
No, absolutely, absolutely. We you know, I mean, like I said a couple of weeks ago, community is doing great in amplifying these things, but we got to keep our game up, and we're just going to redouble our efforts, and that's all of us. And Shahab's obviously showing the way, and I like that. I love it. That's what a founder needs to do sometimes as well. So you know, no issues. I'm not a big fan of living and breathing price charts. Never was, and I never will be. But you said it before. Price is obviously not where it should be, and where we would love for it to be. So let's fucking go.
Well, I'm going to get at some of these comments and bring them up while you work on your weekly updates, sir. Let it rip.
All right. First off, happy Halloween. That was day before yesterday. So hope everyone had a good one. I'm in crypto. That's scary enough on its own. I don't need Halloween to amplify that. Thanks, Eli. So as always, it's a big week in COTI world. It always is, because there's so much going on. But obviously, the big news this week was the launch of the long-awaited Snap for MetaMask, which is our privacy-preserving extension for MetaMask. And this thing will have huge implications going forward. We now have the basic infrastructure in place for sending private tokens and NFTs on the COTI network. Today, it's MetaMask. I would expect very soon to have more wallets added on. We already have several wallet partnerships, and I would not be surprised to see another few of them come along. Private stablecoins. We know private jets coming. We're probably gonna pardon me. We're probably gonna see a private COTI. We're gonna see a private USDC, private ETH, private Bitcoin, and so forth. So we're gonna see a whole host of private tokens, private versions, which are essentially wrapped versions of the original tokens. So multiple networks. Now it's only for COTI network, which is obviously not where it's going to end up. I expect with the Helium upgrade out of the way, I expect a whole bunch of things to happen on the multi-chain front with Axelar integration and things like that. And that's going to help multi-chain on the Snap as well. Multi-chain is not straightforward, but it's not overly complicated either. The way it's been explained to me is basically it's an infrastructure of different smart contracts because you're operating on different networks. And the Snap, what can we use it for? I mean, this is ideal for payroll operations. This is ideal for RWA transactions. It's ideal for royalty payments and so many other things. On a retail level, once you have the private tokens in place, you can do retail transactions that are confidential. And we will do a little bit of a show and tell today. And I'm not sure whether we're going to have a giveaway of some loot tokens as well for people to try it out on their own.
Yeah, I'm going to call on people to, open a new wallet or send me their EVM wallet in the DMs, and I'll send them some loot tokens, some private tokens directly like that. They can send it back. We'll have some fun with it.
Excellent. Because that's really the best way to show and tell people what's exactly this does. Now,
can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, of course you can.
Can I jump in for a second? I usually try to take comments at the end, but I think this is an important one. So snaps by MetaMask are only on desktop right now. It's not COTI that's limiting that. So I just wanted to be really clear on that one. Now, Will MetaMask enable snaps for all wallets soon? We don't know, but it's not us limiting that. Soren, you also said something about other wallets. I know we're all waiting for the My Ether wallet integration, right? And I always thought it was MetaMask first, get the snap going, and then start onboarding Mu. So I would look forward to that. And that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's not necessarily going to be in a snap format, but the basic infrastructure on which we built the snap, it cannot be much different with MEW or Mu. So the basic infrastructure is in place, and I think you can add literally whichever wallet you want, obviously with some modifications, but you have now the basic infrastructure in place for this, and it works. So all good on that front. The other big news, this really this really had my jaw dropping. It really did. Privex launched their first teaser on how privacy is going to look on their platform, and this thing is the coolest thing ever. Yeah. When I'm done with the update, maybe we can just quickly play that 1.5 minute video. So it's basic. It's no more than a toggle. You toggle privacy on, off. And once you do, you get a green box that says you are now protected, and a little green line that goes around. Looks super smooth. And then from there on in, all your trades, all your strategies, your trading agents, everything's private. Yeah, and you can toggle it on and off at your own leisure. This was super impressive. I saw Shahaf did an interview with Ran a few weeks ago, and he was very impressed with it. And I was thinking, oh, you know, what's so impressive? Now I get why he's so impressed, because that was really cool. I think that would be switched on also after the Helium hard fork, maybe a little bit before, but probably they're waiting for Helium. So this will fulfill the promise of trading private, not getting stop loss hunted. Their trading agents, I think they've released a few of them, but only maybe a handful or less. And of course, you got to be super careful. This is an exchange. You're in charge of other people's money. And I get a lot of questions why things are not moving faster with Privex. There's a very good reason for it. As an exchange, if you screw up these things once, your reputation might not recover ever. So they got to make sure they get everything right. Their margin for error is almost non-existent. So, but Privex is sharply increasing on all metrics, and I'm quite convinced they're onto something very, very special. I'm just looking at the stats here now. They are just crossing $400 million in trading volume. They're just outside the top 20 of perpdexes by DeFi Llama. So it's looking very, very solid.
You really think that's waiting? I don't think that's waiting for Helium, man. I think that's going to roll out sooner. I got nothing to base that on. But just with all the hinting and everything.
It's just, me neither. It's just that Shahaf said there was a whole bunch of things that was going to get switched on with Helium. But obviously, you'll show the teaser so everyone can see that they've done it. It's all there. They're obviously just being super careful in getting everything switched on for reasons I just explained. So, but I think the thing with Privex is I think this can do so much more for our ecosystem than what we actually, much more than we appreciate. Yeah, I don't think even I understand the full impact this is going to have.
Well, arguably, Shahaf was the first to really push privacy from a real use case point of view, right? Yes, there were people like, the Coinbase CEO and Vitalik kind of hinting at it, but they went all in on this, right? And completely pivoted. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to stop stepping on your update, man.
Yeah, no
because
problem.
we usually don't do that, but
I couldn't agree with you more, and I wanted to just add to what you said, that this is private DeFi. And I don't care what anyone else says, they don't have private DeFi. This is it. Yeah, nobody else can do this. Yeah, nobody. People can do something that looks but isn't. Yeah, it's not. This is proper. So there's all sorts of reasons for being excited about this. Little bit of news from Crafter as well. So apart from getting ready to launch their first NFT trading place, and you'll find this one interesting, Tracer. They also found time this week to launch their first RWA on Crafter. So for people who are interested, go to the Crafter page, go to Tracer's page, because actually our good man Tracer here, he was behind the first RWA on the COTI network. So maybe you want to say a word or two on that.
No, I'm not going to do that, but I guess my thing is, it's just, I think, like Privex, I think we underestimate Crafter on what kinds of things will come with this marketplace. It's just, that just shows, what you're talking about kind of just shows like, hey, it's more than just NFTs. It's more than just art and fun and collectibles. You can do real stuff with it.
You can do absolutely real things. And
yeah.
if we can sell, if we put it this way, put it bluntly, if we can sell hats on Crafter or caps, yeah, what's to stop us from selling all sorts of other things?
Yep.
Yeah, what's to stop us? Nothing to stop us. Absolutely nothing. So really looking forward to the Crafter updates, and looking forward to people in general using our ecosystem a lot more, because there's already a bunch of exciting things that you can do with it.
And just really, really quickly, Soren, speaking of Crafter, next week we're going to have every single community NFT project that wants to be on the show on Sunday. Some of the guys and gals can't make it, and we're going to try to meet up and do a pre-recorded thing for their projects. So I see Baby Turu's in the chat. The Artsgays are as well. COTI Heroes, or also known now as Heroes. They got stuff coming up too. They're going to want to talk about, as well as Zodacraft and COTI Beasts and After Hours. And if I missed anything, sorry, but just show up, right?
No, absolutely. And so this is our super duper NFT special next Sunday. Really looking forward to that. NFT is is one of your specialities, Tracer. So you're going to definitely be running lead, and I'm going to be learning on that one. Elsewhere, the Yarrow Labs team, they're busy with their first cohort of Yarrow Create. So this is the 6-week boot camp. I'm super stoked with what they're doing, and I'm 100% convinced. Nobody can unconvince me that somewhere in and amongst all the startups that this program is going to put us in touch with and bring to life, there's going to be 1 or 2 unicorns. It's simple math. If you do enough of these, you're going to find a couple of unicorns. And that's one of the things that excites me. The other thing is that when you take the compound effect of what Yarrow Labs are doing, that is a flywheel that will just accelerate and spin faster and faster and faster. Loads of small and medium-sized projects building on our network. Some will grow much bigger, and lots of people learning about coding, learning about privacy, investing in our token. We talked earlier about Price. We're literally out there onboarding investors by the hundreds every month through the efforts in Southeast Asia. So overall, and in spite of the very, very difficult market conditions, great to see all these pieces of the puzzle coming together one by one. We all know that COTI's got a very ambitious plan, and to get to see it executed in real time is pretty cool. I'm loving every minute of it. So next week, the team will be at the DEF CON in Argentina. So I would expect a few updates from there during the week. So that's the update for the week. Let's see if we can get that Privex trailer running. And I think actually the last couple of seconds of the video also hints at a completely brand new user interface, because that looked very much like something I hadn't seen before. But yeah, this is super, super cool. And this is, this is really this is almost perfect in terms of what privacy should be. You switch it on, you switch it off. Sometimes you want to be private about what you're doing. Sometimes you don't really care. So yeah, super cool, really.
I'm just, I keep saying it, but I'm ready for agents. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I can't find out. When you look at their website, it doesn't show which agents are switched on or switched. They all say awaiting deployment. So, but they say they've switched on a couple of them. So I'm going to take their word for that.
Yeah, just the back end testing thing, right?
Probably. And obviously, once you see the agents come on, you're going to see the volume do funny things. You're going to see the number of trades, and you're going to see the daily perp volume go up massively.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Who is Tracer. I'm going to do a quick video on how to send private tokens using COTI's metamask snap. And today, for the purposes of this demo, we're going to be using the loot tokens sent back to the address in the COTI medium to send private tokens using the metamask snap. You do not access that from this menu here. You can see the snaps installed here. This is where you go to remove it if you have an installation problem. But if you want to interact with the snap, you have to go to metamask.coti.io/wallet, and you need to make sure that you bookmark this so eventually you don't get phished and end up at the wrong place. So let's open up the wallet here. And for this demonstration, I am going to look to the most recent Medium article from COTI. It is actually pinned on their X account right at the top. It's from the MetaMask Snap announcement. And if you scroll down here, it talks about sending them back to this address. This is the address I'm going to use for this demo, for the purpose of this demo. So I'm going to copy that from here, and I'm going to go back to the snap, and I am going to send loot, and I'm going to use this send feature here. You can also send tokens here. So I am going to send it to the address from the article, and I am going to send 5 loot. And I'm going to sign this encrypted output. Let's confirm that. And transaction confirmed. Now let's look up the transaction. So we can pull that from the block explorer, mainnet.cotiscan.io. This is the transaction here of me sending the 5 loot back. And if you look into the details here, you will see that the value and token is obscured. So here's the address I sent to, but no other data available. Keep in mind that this has to be done on desktop, as MetaMask limits the use of all their snaps to desktop only. That is not done by COTI. Hopefully we will see mobile versions of the snap soon. That's how easy it is to send tokens privately using COTI's MetaMask snap. Let's pull up this is the screenshot. I'm going to move everything here because I got everything wacky right now. So this is the screenshot from COTI's private tokens video. And the top one here is, you can see the amount. In the bottom here, this is the encrypted amount. So if I was to pull that up I'm not going to pull it up in the Explorer right now because I am lagging super hard. You didn't cancel the sign and confirmation. You spent 15 loot and 5 COTI. Yeah, but I thought I was able to spend 5 after that. But in any case, yeah. Okay, so somebody's got that 15. Again, guys, sorry about the lag, but yeah, so here's what you're going to see in the Explorer. You will still be able to see the address, but you won't be able to see what's sent or how much. Right, Soeren?
Yeah. I'm not seeing your screen share, but we had that issue last time as well, so I'm assuming everyone else can see it.
Guys in the comments, can you tell us if you can see my screen here? My screen share. Yes, no, maybe. Anybody there? Okay, well, I hope you guys can see it, and I hope we're still live.
Yeah,
yes.
no.
Okay.
I mean, I can see the picture, but of you now, but I couldn't see the screen share before. But it'd be interesting if you can find the transaction page on the Explorer, because then people can see very clearly how it's obscured.
Okay, yeah, I can try to do that. Like I said, I'm lagging really, really hard here, so I don't want to drop the stream, or I don't want to drop from the stream. But if I'll go into another window, you can talk for a minute, and I'll go find it. Okay?
No problem.
But you got to keep us going while I do this, bro.
Yeah, no, I'll keep us going. Yeah, so basically the transaction, like I said before, you can send normal COTI, by the way, and you can send all sorts of tokens actually using that Snap interface, but they're not private yet. The transaction details look like they normally would. What Tracer's going to try and find is that loot transaction that he just did. And that's going to show up. With no details of what actually was sent. So it won't show they won't show the token and won't show the value. Also, when you go to the token list on mainnet, you won't see the loot in the token list there, again because it's private. And that means we could start to see private tokens being used for this, but we wouldn't know because it's not something that's visible on the mainnet Explorer. How you doing with all this, bro?
Yeah, man. No, I'm having issues here, so okay. I'm gonna drop this for now. I got a bunch of windows springing in the back, so we'll try to do this again next time. But this migraine that I'm fighting right now also isn't helping me. So
no, that's only going to get
distraction. Yeah. I'm still trying here, but you said there was something else you wanted to talk about after this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had the big tweet storm from both Shahaf and Dr. Avishai today. So I thought we should talk a little bit about programmable privacy, what it is, and why no one else is really doing that at the level that we can do it. But before we do that, have we got any questions from the viewers? You're the master of the chat there.
Okay. So give me a second here. I do have it. I want to pull this up before we move on. I was able to get it. I need to make sure I have so many windows open right now. I need to make sure I open the right one. This should be it. Why is that? Holy cow, man. We are having troubles today.
Right. I'm seeing the. It disappeared again. I saw it.
Were you seeing?
I was.
You were seeing Explorer? Because, yeah, it wasn't working for me.
All right. I was.
Okay, okay, I didn't think you could see it because I couldn't see it in the window. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay. Okay. It wasn't showing for me the first time. Okay. So here is the transfer. This is the private transfer. Okay. And now, just as we showed in the other image, sorry guys, this is where you open the details here, right? This is where, yes, this is the address here, but you can't see the value right here.
Yeah, the value is obscured. You can't see what's been sent and how much. Yeah,
Yep.
We know it was 15
just
loop
the address.
we did it, but anyone else looking at it won't know. They won't know the rest from the repo on this thing. Totally obscured.
So when you talk about anonymity, the difference would be is that the address there as well would be obscured.
Yes. Yeah, with anonymity.
Right? That's when we talk about
actually
dark
with anonymity, it would show probably the 15 loop, but it wouldn't show the sender address and it wouldn't show the receiver address, and that's against the law in most places. Yeah, not because of 15 loot, but if somebody was to send $15 million and they can't see who it went from to who.
I'm going to move you back over here because I don't like having the window on that side. Digital tracer. Okay, let's look at some of these questions here. Would a history of transactions be implemented in the snap while hiding them on blockchain? There would be a visible history of them to the sender and the receiver. I need to read that again. Do you understand the question, Soeren?
Yeah. So basically, when that transaction you just showed omits certain details, as in you can't see what token was sent and how much. So the question is, are you going to have a transaction history on the snap that'll show you everything that's omitted on the mainnet? And the answer to that, I don't. I presume that it would not be impossible to do, but I can't tell you with 100% certainty. But it's a good question. Yeah. I don't have the answer to it top of my head.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And then if you were eventually able to access that, you would need to sign to see it. So there would be a gas fee every time you wanted to unobscure that, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's why you have your EAS key. So in case you need to unlock a transaction, it's a feature that's not there now, but there would probably be a feature whereby you could unlock your transaction using your EAS key. And by the way, this EAS key is a little bit like your seed phrase for a wallet. You need to keep it in a safe place, same like you would with your seed phrase. You need to store this one with the same care because you might need it later on. But yes, definitely the EAS key is there for you to decipher these things, and you know, part of what COTI is doing is that it's selective disclosure, which means that if somebody demands that you disclose the contents of that transaction and they do so from a legal point of view in a valid way, then you need to unlock it, obviously, and you know, you need to have an EAS key, and that's part of programmable privacy as well, so that when you send a transaction like that, there are maybe 2 or 3 other people that these transaction details would go to automatically. The VAT people, the tax people, the whatever people, and they would all have their own EAS keys, so they could then open your transactions because they are allowed to see what you are transacting. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's a big part of the programmable privacy, and that's why we've been talking about this a little bit over the last few days. There's nothing out there that does that. Yeah, CK certainly doesn't do it. You can program it, but it's one person only. Yeah, so I don't know what you would program there when there's only one person involved. Yeah, so privacy or private transactions between multiple parties with selective disclosure, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Please answer the gas fee question. I think I went through my list. I can't access it anymore, but I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the question was about, will a gas fee be higher using the snap or programmable privacy? Is that correct? Was that the question, guys? I know obviously for complex compute, the answer is yes. When using the snap, I'm not sure. We could go back and compare some transactions while making them. I'm just not going to do that right now because I am having too much trouble with having my windows open and mainnet Explorer right now.
The assumption would be that if you are going to make use of a garbled circuit to make a transaction, that would command a marginally higher fee. Yeah, I don't think it's a night and day kind of difference. I just think it's marginally higher because the whole business plan around this is that you're supposed to be able to do it on scale and cost efficiently. Yeah, so it can't be a lot higher. It can be marginally higher, but not more than that.
Yeah, NOAC says 140% higher.
0.01. Yeah, 0.024. Okay, so it's actually, well, that's actually quite a lot higher. I'm surprised with that. But we can check that and understand what sort of fee structure they're envisaging on this. Yeah, it's still, for a private transaction, it's still a very low fee. I don't have anything to compare it with per se, but still very low.
Is that, and that's in cents?
Sounds like a big difference.
I guess. Like his numbers are in cents, right? Because that's definitely not COTI. It's not 0.01 COTI for a transaction, right? It's 0.000. So that's cents. Noak, can you confirm? Oh yeah. What else do we got here? How is the COTI Foundation, COTI Network, actually marketing COTI through various outlets? I'm sure. Yeah, it depends. I guess it depends on what you consider marketing, right? So I'm not too sure how to answer that question. But I mean, what's obvious to me, and I said it earlier, is that, you know, the initiatives with Shahaf and Joshua, they're going after key players. This is the table. This is the table initiative when they're putting, you know, big figureheads together and talking about private stablecoins and privacy, right? I don't know if you want to elaborate on that.
It's the table events. It's the Enterprise Ethereum Foundation. It's the Africa Tokenization Council. It's the Saudi Arabian AI and blockchain thingy. All those interest organizations, that's the COTI Foundation directly doing marketing to the high level players. Yeah, the people that attend these events are extremely high level. Yeah, we've already seen examples. I mean, the table event we did in New York had the BlackRock head of digital was there, young guy. That's probably as high as you can get anyone from BlackRock to a private invite-only blockchain event. So that's the sort of level that we're looking at.
I've seen this question a lot. I don't usually want to bring this user up, but this is a question we've seen a lot, right? What do you think about my theory that COTI isn't pumping with every other privacy coin? Well, this is something that we talked about, in the latest COTI Connect and our last COTI Confidential, is that, tangible privacy really just, hit mainnet recently, right? In terms of being announced by COTI. So when you look at Snap and a couple partners who have actually released their privacy use case, nobody knows about it yet, right? Sure, they've probably heard, a lot of people have heard about the white paper. They heard that it was coming, but people want to see it in action and want to see people using it. So it's up to us to get people using it. And that's why, Builders Program and everything they're doing with Yaru, just getting people using it, right? Because the more people are using it, the more real it is, the more we can prove it. And then the more people will understand. Like Zcash has been around forever. To me, it's like the Doge of anonymity coins. So when somebody hears privacy, Zek's been there forever. That's why Zek's pumping. Zek doesn't have much to offer, in terms of something that's going to be allowed to be used. It's been delisted already before. Regulators don't like things like Zcash. That's why COTI exists. So it makes sense for things like that to pop off first, because we're still the new kid on the block. And guys, you have to remember, you guys have been listening to this for 2 years, but not everybody else has. They don't even know what it is, right? So now that we actually have it out there, it's time for us to share it. So, that's what I think. What do you think, Soren?
Well, first of all, I think the premise that every single privacy token is pumping is wrong. I think there's a few Dino coins and a few CK coins that are pumping. But by and large, that's it. And there was a very interesting post from Shahaf today, saying stage 1 was the SEC Dash Dino coins. Stage 2, which is there now, is the CK coins, and then step 3 is programmable privacy, and the tokens that can do that, of which there aren't many. So, like I said in the beginning, I can't honestly, it's not healthy for me if I live and breathe chart movements and try to comment on them on a live basis every 5 minutes. That's just me. Other people are different. But another thing with COTI and garbled circuit that people need to understand, we talked about this also a few times before, we are still only 2 or 3 actual live use cases in. It needs a little bit more before BlackRock jumps in with both feet. Big money, big organizations, hundreds of billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, they don't just move on a hint and a prayer. They need to see this work properly, and so this is what we're step by step moving towards. And I get that people are impatient about these things, but it's got to be done right, and it's not straightforward to do all these things. It takes a lot of work. There's a lot of man hours for developers to build everything that is being built. So take it cool and understand that big money moves when they are absolutely 110% sure. And if I was big money, I wouldn't be 110% sure on garbled circuits. I haven't seen enough. That's the brutal truth of it. I have not yet seen enough to convince me. It needs to. We need to have more use cases, and we need to have more of them live, and there are more coming. So you're just gonna have to. I know that's not what people want to hear, but you're all gonna have to just be patient and wait. It's all, this is not news to me, and it's certainly not news to Shaf and the team and Joshua. They know exactly what they need to deliver. It's not a surprise to them or to anyone else. So we're all going to have to be patient. Doesn't mean we can't wake up to a 70% pump tomorrow because someone decides to front run what they know inevitably is coming. and start to front run and start pumping the token. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so we have to be patient. It's all coming together. I can see everything. You guys can see everything we're telling you about it, and it'll be there. But it'll take a little bit of time.
I want to go back to Noak. He's got some stuff about privacy there, but Ramo, I don't know where your follow-up comment went. But you were talking about privacy algos, right? No, I don't think that's a bad comment, actually. And Soren and I know for a fact that COTI has been working, and community, and Steph, and community has been working diligently on getting all of those COTI info pages correct, away from the DAG, away from payments, and more on programmable privacy. So as that happens, will that fix what you're saying about maybe the algo isn't recognizing COTI properly as they should be? Maybe that's true, maybe it isn't, but I know that the COTI team and community is doing work on that kind of stuff. Let's go back.
Basically, we fixed Binance. That was a cooperation between Stefanos and Efra. Stefanos himself, before that, fixed one, whether it was MEXC or Bybit or one, he fixed already one. And now we fixed Binance, and now we're working on the European one. What was the name of that one? I can't remember, but Steph has contacts there. So we're actually sitting in the background, ticking these off one by one to make sure that, CoinMarketCap. I think it was CoinMarketCap we did first, and then Binance second. And now we're doing one of the European exchanges. So we're ticking them off one by one, sometimes out of our own volition, and sometimes with the help from people like Efra.
Yeah. And so guys, I mean, there are so many exchanges and so many info pages about COTI because it's been, simmering since 2017, right? So if you come across something that isn't reflected properly, reach out to Soeren and I or official channels and let us know so that we can target that, because we need to get that all fixed. And that is a priority right now. I want to get back to Noak really quick before we move into some more of these comments. And that's this one. The founders of Privex are going on a holiday soon. Did you guys see the platform revenue? No, I haven't seen it. I don't know if Soren has, but this is exactly what we need. Privex to get some funding so that they can really push what they're building. Because
it's an interesting comment from Noak, because I do actually pay attention to these things. The platform revenue, is very, very low. And let me bring up the exact numbers.
Are you saying this is a sarcastic comment, sir?
Well, I don't know how he means it. Anyway, let me just. So we've done $399 million of perp volume. Yeah. Now, first of all, I had a moron commenting to me earlier today about perp dex volume and suggesting that COTI was inflating this. Now, it is inflated, and that's exactly how perp dex volume looks like. That's the way they measure it. Yeah, I didn't make the rules for this, but that's the way it is. So if you make a $1 million trade with 15x leverage, it counts as perp dex volume of $15 million. So Privex has done $400 million of perp dex volume. Now that's not $400 million of trades. It is a lot less than that, because everything is leveraged. Everything you do there is leveraged. But the platform revenue to date, and this is from the beginning of Privex until now, is about $70,000. Yeah. Now, this tells me a couple of things. It tells me that the transaction fees are super low consistently because they've done a lot of volume and have not made a lot of revenue from it. So when you want to get into the market, I think that's a sound strategy. It's also nothing to be overly concerned about. I'm sure they have funding and everything sorted out. And their target is not $20 million or $25 or $30 million of perp volume a day. Their targets are billions of dollars of perp volume per day. And once you get agents trading and this and that, you're going to see also the platform revenue go up quite drastically. Yeah, because this is counted by trade. But it's very nice actually that Privex makes all this information publicly available. I like that because it gives you a little bit of a clue to the thinking behind what they're doing. But yeah, so that was a little bit about the PerpDex volume and how it works.
Chris is refreshing this comment so it gets seen. This is not something that I can answer. Will the extent of privacy eliminate the ability for the HMRC to track tax implications?
No, Chris. Nice try, though. No, but you know, it's a good question. It's a good question because I mean, I don't know how it works in the US. I can tell you how it works in Denmark and most likely in Britain. That when I get my salary in my bank account in Denmark, it automatically ships a part of that off to the tax people, and it reports to the tax people what I have made. And you know, I can't do anything in and out of my bank account or my crypto wallet in Denmark without the tax authorities knowing about it. That's the law. And this is exactly why programmable privacy is necessary. That's the essence of it. Yeah. So when you make a private transaction, you have the advantage of nobody seeing what you are that you are sending $1,000 between yourself and your mate. But because it's programmable privacy, selective disclosure, a copy goes to the bank, a copy goes to the tax authorities, and whoever else needs copies, it goes to. And if they decide that they're interested and they want to see what you're doing, they can. Yeah, that's the whole idea behind it. So very, very basic description. The reality is far more complicated than that to build these things. But so the answer is that it will not eliminate the ability for the tax authorities to track your transactions. It'll be exactly the same as it always was, but you will have the benefit of being able to do this without the rest of the world knowing about it. And this is important. Shahab and Joshua touched upon it recently in an interview with Johnny Reinsch, that there's a whole lot of crypto people that are paying for Ubers or paying for restaurants with their crypto wallets, and people can start to see these things on chain. And then these guys, when they come back to the hotel, they get mugged or kidnapped and tortured for their wallet addresses and for their private keys to their ledgers and God knows what. So it's very important that you're able to do these transactions without the prying eyes of the world resting on you. Yeah, there are people who need to know, but there's far more people that don't bloody need to know at all.
Yeah. You know what? Perfect example of how clunky the snap is. You know what? I'm not going to give you that one because that was me and my setup here that did that. That one's on me. I'm going to make a video that's not going to be all lagged out like that. And Paul, I know you've used it, so get out of here. All right. What else we got? Bummer.
Yeah, Chris. Nice try, though. Nice try.
Oh, let's go here first. In the U.S. next year, exchanges will start reporting. Right now, the IRS has to ask for it. And this is what we want, right? Like, it's not what everybody wants, but a lot of people have been asking for clear regulations so that everybody can do this properly, right?
Yeah, and it's a choice. Do we want crypto to go mainstream, which means that it's got to be reported into whatever authorities it needs to be reported into in your country? Or do we want it to remain a gray area that, then it gets outlawed in one place and not in the other? And you never know. You never know where you are from Monday to Tuesday. I'd prefer the former rather than the latter.
Yeah, and this is a good point, Eli. A lot of people post their, let's say they have one Solana address. They use it for everything, and then they'll post it online for airdrops. Well, yeah, they're linking every single transaction they ever made. Look at how powerfully AI can scrape things now, right? But that's the beauty of EVM in a way. If you do it properly, you open a new address. You don't have to necessarily disclose everything if you use that address for only one thing, depending what you're doing and how you fund it, blah, 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 blah. But, there's that too. Did I miss any other ones, Soren?
No.
Anything that we had to hit for sure?
No, I think we're good, mate. I think we're good. I think we covered a lot of this. It's complicated stuff. A lot of this, especially the programmable privacy, it's something we're going to have to go through a lot more because it is complicated. You and I even are having we're still in the process of getting our head around this, and imagine building it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sorry, but these kinds of comments, that's why we don't miss him in the first place, because, they're just mean and unnecessary. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that was me, man.
Point?
Like that. Honestly, I'll take it. That was me. That was my bad.
So what? We're doing this live, so things are gonna happen from time to time. No big deal. Yeah. I would like to see Mr. Cease and Desist try and do a live show. Yeah.
Yep. I've done more than 100 of these. Things go wrong sometimes. That one was me not rebooting before the stream because I was, I had time constraints. But yeah, I was asking for it. So.
But it's nice to know you got someone ready to jump on every mistake you made. Yeah.
I took it as a joke, though. But it's a joke from a joke. It's all good.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So
Thank you.
We're definitely gonna have to talk about this a lot more, and we're all gonna have to understand it a lot more. I'm learning literally about privacy every day, and I'm learning that CK was not actually intended as a privacy technology. I'm not sure exactly how that all fits into anything, but I'm learning a lot of things, and there was a very interesting tweet from Dr. Avishai last night that some clever people have actually done a very, very detailed survey on CKs, and I found some serious what looks like serious vulnerabilities with CKs. So all very interesting stuff. I'm sure this is going to heat up a lot more before everything's said and done.
Well, I like how the gloves are off. That's how I put it. That's how I felt about it. And it's just, it's just, if you're better than them, then you're better than them.
No, exactly. And we can be friends.
You got to prove it first. You got to prove it first.
We can poke it. We can poke at each other a little bit. I'm sure they can poke at us as well if they want to. I was saying to someone the other day, I said, you just wait until garbled circuits and COTI get their moment in the sun. You will see some proper professional fodders come out and start poking holes in all of this, or at least try to poke holes. You will wish yourself back to the days when no one knew who we were. That's, imagine all the abuse that the poor people from SEC are getting, So be careful what you wish for. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, I think I'm good. I'm going to go lick my wounds now. How about you? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's raining cats and dogs outside, and I'm gonna take my dog out in the middle of it, get wet, and take it from there.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here and take time out of your day to hang out with us for COTI Confidential. I've had my time change now to fall back, so this should be the regular time going forward, I think. Soren, we're going to stick with this now? Is that how we're going to
stick with this until summertime, then we go back to what it was before. But yeah, we'll stick with this until summertime to make sure that you get your beauty sleep as well.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about being live, guys. It doesn't always go as planned. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being live with us from coast to coast and around the world. It's the second season. It's the 39th episode, and seeing these comments light up and all your support on X and beyond is a big deal for Soeren and I. So
huge.
We thank you very much. Yep. And our time is coming. And remember, when you see the big boss man with the gloves off, it's time to go gloves off. Let's follow his lead on that, because it's up to us to amplify everything that's being done here at a community level. So next week is the NFT super stream. I think Jan from Crafter is also going to be there, probably talking about the marketplace, I hope, and all the other NFT community projects. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you next week. And more importantly, stay COTI.
Stay COTI, guys.
Code so slick, circuits stay garbled. Encrypted hustle, no chains, no marbles. Faster than the rest, cost stays humble. Breaking through the game, watch others crumble. Nobody do it like this. Circuits in the mist. Faster, cheaper, sharper, crypto alchemist. Others stuck in the lane, flipping the twist. Garble circuits, baby, we the future, don't miss. Others move slow, we quantum and speed. Blocks they can't touch, fulfilling the need. Chains bound tight, but we unshackled. While they debug, our code is tackled. What they can't do, we already done. That game outdated, we just begun. Algorithms flex, they can't compete. Circuits garbled, but the vision concrete. Nobody do it like this. Circuits in the mist. Faster, cheaper, sharper, crypto alchemist. Others stuck in the lane, flipping the twist. Garble circuits, baby, we the future, don't miss. La 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 la. In the chains where shadows falter, Zcash clings to optional veils. ZK flickers weak, adoption low, transparent pools prevail. Majority flows exposed, hairspray crack the code with ease. Timing attacks and patterns bleed. Anonymity brought to knees. Delisting stack from OKX to Binance. Regulators close the gate. Exchanges flagging scrutiny mounts your privacy second rate. Zcash more like veiled cash was so much better than you. COTI surges forward, garble circuits seal the code. 80 plus per second fly, multi-party computation so programmable shields for DeFi identities, learnings encrypted mind. Selective disclosure audits, true compliance without the fight. No erosion from your pools, no yet strengths to unwind. Modular strength defies the leaks. Where Zcash falls behind Zcash, more like fail cash. We're so much better than you. 3 to 12 transactions crawl per second, bottlenecked and confined. Limited to transfers, plain no contracts, no logic intertwined. Overhead low, resources spent, scalable for Web3's demand. Why you limp with trusted setups, old we build on each chain. Your surges come in narratives reunite, but facts expose the rift. Zcash Wilson regulatory storms while we uplift and shift. This ain't a relic's fading glow. COTI's mainnet pulses live. September 2025, ignited privacy's force arise. Zcash more like fail cash, we're so much better than you. Zcash more like fail cash, no logic intertwined. Zcash more like fail cash, transfer value only, no use case. Zcash more like fail cash, anonymity is illegal, say bye bye. COTI's mainnet pulses live, September 2025, ignited privacy's force arise.